All right. Greetings, all. It's Max, and we're back. And we're doing a little bit of a precursor. I put a poll out about who wants to hear something about crypto because I do talk about it here. And I have done it in the past and explained it, but there's no real definitive video. There's no place to ask questions, really. And I don't want to turn this channel into a crypto channel because that is going to bring a lot of people that have nothing to do with Christianity into the channel, and I'm kind of happy being somewhat sort of blacklisted, although that seems to be kind of lifting. But I'm happy with that because then I don't have to deal with a lot of nonsense. So what I probably will be doing is when I'm talking about cryptocurrency things, it's going to be on my Just Plain Science channel, and people can fight over there. I don't look at that one as often. Whatever. We can be Flat Earth and cryptocurrency channel over there. So if you're interested in crypto or you want to invest in it, go subscribe over there. I'll put the link to it in the description. But that's where I'm going to keep all that stuff. Because I don't want to invite a bunch of teenagers in over here asking me, if they should invest in Dogecoin or Shiba Inu or anything like that. I don't want to deal with that. But I do want to make this video because as Jimmy and I were talking about, cryptocurrencies and the futures going ahead, and the importance of securing your wealth and how crypto really is the future. And like it or not, you're going to have the Federal Reserve crypto coin. And that will be part of the New World Order system when they have their chip or their whatever they're going to do, right? It's going to be based around cryptocurrency. That has nothing to do with Bitcoin or anything like that. That will be their own thing. But everyone's going to have to know what crypto is when that time comes, in a couple of years when they finally get their act together on that. But what I want to talk to you about today, I figured I'd have some more time with this, but apparently it's a little bit more urgent than I had anticipated. El Salvador becomes the first country to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. Now, this is huge for a variety of reasons. Number one, nobody saw it coming, including the world elite. The people right now, Bitcoin has been under attack. It turns out it's been in what's called a Wyckoff manipulation for about 6 months. People figured it out a couple of months ago, and it's what they're doing. They want to accumulate more, so they're trying to shake the rug and get all the retailers out and all the people who are brand new to the thing and scare them out and get the Bitcoin at a cheaper price because they know where the future is. All right. So that aside, they did not expect El Salvador to legalize and make Bitcoin their main currency. That is huge. And they did it. They announced it. The Salvadorian president announced this during the Bitcoin conference that was going on this last week over the weekend. He announced it on Saturday. And they legalized it today. So they were cooking it up and they legalized it in just 3 days. And nobody saw that coming. Bitcoin went up by 10-15%, basically instantly. And here come, the Elon Musks, here comes the BlackRock, here comes all the investment hedge funds, trying their very, very, very best to keep that price down. And you have the Treasury Secretary are out there saying they don't like Bitcoin for, we call it FUD. That's an acronym for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it's called a FUD campaign. When you want to try and scare investors from investing, you want to keep the price low, you put a lot of fear and doubt, but that's all it is. There's nothing actually wrong with the product, whatever. Usually it's Bitcoin. Everybody only cares about Bitcoin. There's nothing fundamentally wrong with the product. It's just like Trump the other day says, I don't like Bitcoin. It scares me, right? That's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. He has no reason for saying that other than he is trying to manipulate the market. He is trying to scare retail investors. That's all there is to it. Now, they are systematically, day after day, coming out with more negative news stories and towards Bitcoin. And they came out today with what's her name to try and put some more negativity on Bitcoin. But Bitcoin is continuing to go up because of the news of El Salvador. No one was expecting it to come within a couple of days of them announcing it. But who else is on that list? You've got Panama on that list. You've got Brazil on that list. Pretty much all of South America is tired of being jerked around by the US dollar and going poor. And they're going to cryptocurrency. Many, 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 many millions of people are going to be required to take Bitcoin. Mandatory. If you want to do business in El Salvador, you have to have your Bitcoin situation straightened out. Now, of course, they also have other forms of payment, but if you want to buy something, they have to take Bitcoin, which means Elon Musk, if he wants to sell his Teslas in El Salvador, he's going to have to offer the ability for them to pay in Bitcoin. This is huge. And this is the why, it's urgent for me to put this stuff out and to my widest audience, to the people I care about the most and the people I want to see succeed and preserve their wealth into the uncertain times that are going, right? In certain times that are coming ahead. As always, I can't say that I'm giving investment advice and it's just my opinion, but you know what? I follow my opinion and it's done okay for me. So with El Salvador, here's what's going on. And now this is the precursor video. I'm going to do a live stream where people can ask questions and things, because it can be an overview and it can be very in depth. Any questions that you have that you want me to bring up in the live stream, put them on a comment on this video, and likely I'll do it tomorrow night in the evening for a live stream, or it could be Saturday. I don't know. But put the questions here so I at least know something you're talking about, or if you can't make a live stream. And this is going to be kind of the catch-all for cryptocurrency stuff. Of course, and I'll still talk about it with Jack, and it'll still come up in conversation, but I'm not going to make dedicated videos here. They're going to be over on Just Plain Science. So this is going to be the catch-all. And if people have time and they want to look at some of the things I talk about or going to be talking about with cryptocurrency, my most recent video or live stream that was something about ending the Federal Reserve or the end of the Federal Reserve, that was basically a Bitcoin cryptocurrency basics. That's already on my channel. But I'm going to make one very blatantly clear that it's a cryptocurrency video when I do it here. So what I want to talk about here and why this is more urgent, to where you can't really put it off. If you want to get into the space, if you're interested in it. I mean, obviously there's some people who are like, nah, and that's fine. Go buy some extra canned goods and some extra toilet paper, because manufacturing right now in China has raised their manufacturing prices between 10 and 15% in the last month. In 1 month, they raised them 10 to 15%. So prices are going to be increasing. Money that you would spend in investments or something or anything like that, just buy extra stuff that you know you're going to need, so you get them at the price that they are today. Okay. Well, when it comes to the markets, the cryptocurrency market runs very, very fast. And Bitcoin in particular is being suppressed so heavily. And we'll look at the chart and you say, well, why would you want to get involved in something that could be manipulated so much? And it's like, you don't understand the people that are at play here. This is not, a bunch of kids manipulating GameStop. This is the world banks attacking Bitcoin to keep the price low because they're trying to play catch up. They never thought that Bitcoin would be a thing. They never thought it would catch on, and they never realized how powerful it was. And they are playing catch up. Trillions of dollars are being spent right now to short the market, which is what they did with GameStop. They're doing essentially the same thing, where they're borrowing a bunch of shares and selling them immediately, trying to dump the market. Sell, 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 sell. Selling as much as they possibly can that they don't even have. They just borrow, borrow, borrow. Because if you're BlackRock and you're a, $10 trillion enterprise, BlackRock is like huge. If you have that much money and you're worth that much, you can borrow money for free, go buy Bitcoin to short, buy Bitcoin or borrow it, and then dump it immediately right onto the exchange. $500 billion worth. 500 billion. Bitcoin, the market cap is only like 1.5 trillion or something. So 30% of the market they're borrowing and dumping it on the exchange to tank it so that they can actually purchase it at a lower price. And we'll take a look at it here. So here is Bitcoin. This is May 18th. You see here, basically in a day, you're going from 48 to, well, we'll just say 50,000. Okay, we'll just say $50,000. Bitcoin had been in between $50,000 and $60,000 for 4 months. Okay, I bought right around in that area. Back in January was when they started this Wyckoff thing. I wonder if I even have it up. I do. So like, we'll just say where it says PSY, this is January, pretty much where I bought in. And then they kind of do this shaking thing where it goes up, goes down, and they create a lot of media hype. Everyone's got to get Bitcoin. Everyone's got to get Bitcoin. Then when they get over here is when they start selling everything to drop the price way down and they can accumulate. This is the basics of how it works. And they do that with short selling and a whole bunch of other stuff. Buying high and selling low on exchange. A lot of different ways that they do that. But you can see right here, now Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are volatile. But nothing ever looks like this, ever, at any point in time on any chart without heavy something serious. Something serious. Like half of the miners getting shut down for whatever reason or something. I mean, no, this is a completely artificial thing from big investors. Dropping it from 50,000 to 30,000 in like a day. And now we've kind of been meandering along, and as soon as it tries to get any momentum, it gets pushed right back down. And so now here's June 7th. This is before the news of El Salvador. And then this is after. She went up from 31,000 up to 36.9, which doesn't sound that fantastic. It's a good day. It's 10-15% rise. It's a bull market. But then when you come here and you look at what actually happened in the shorts, this is Bitcoin to US dollar shorts on the crypto chart. This is when they're borrowing shares so that they can sell them to tank the market. And then they're placing bets. Basically, it's placing a bet that the price is going to be lower when they actually have to hand the shares back to the exchange. So guess what day this is right here? Oh, look, it's May 18th. Hundreds of billions of dollars in shorts. Okay, we look at the price chart here. Bam. Okay, that shakes a lot of people out, and a lot of people wanted to sell. That's just so they could take your Bitcoin, because remember, Bitcoin is a limited commodity. It's not like there's going to be more. You got your 21 million and that's it. The exchanges don't hardly have any, and the miners are not selling. So they have to take the Bitcoin from the people who already have it. And that's how they do it. Now, the purpose of this video now is when we look at this. You saw how hard the market tanked from 50,000, roughly 45 to 50,000, down to 30,000, because they put a half a $1 trillion of shorts through to short the market and bring the market down. This here is June 6th and June 7th when El Salvador passed and said that that they're a Bitcoin country. Look at that. It's 50% more. They put $1 trillion of shorts in this time to try and tank the market, because that's serious. That's how big of news this El Salvador taking on Bitcoin is. That no matter what they do to try and mess with the market, as soon as they sell their short shares, people are there to buy them. Everybody is buying. There is no more fear, uncertainty, and doubt. People are buying. The price is still going up. It's still going up despite them buying, BlackRock and these hedge funds buying almost $1 trillion worth of Bitcoin, or borrowing, right? Borrowing, so that they can sell it immediately. They're selling that much of it, and the price is still going up. Still going up. All right. So they're holding out all the stops. Wherever they can get money to try and keep the market down is what they are doing. And it's not working. Now, Bitcoin, again, could go down. Their goal, I think, is 24,000 is where everything works out to. And, they do this Wyckoff pattern with computers. They put in resources, right? They put in their Federal Reserve ones and zeros, or they put in their Bitcoin, or they put in whatever into the computer and let the computer manage it so that it does this Wyckoff graph. And they just got wrecked. Okay? This is score one for the Bitcoiners. They got wrecked because they can't stop the market. What that means for people who want to invest in crypto is that this price is probably a price area that you should consider if you're going to get in. The sooner is the better. And that doesn't mean you mortgage your house and throw everything you have into Bitcoin. It means get a Coinbase account, okay, and look at it and figure it out and, decide what you want to do. But be ready to buy. And the best way to go is to dollar cost average. And what that means is you buy a little bit of a time. So you got $1,000 to invest. That's just sitting in your bank account, losing money to inflation. Take $100 at a time or $200 at a time, invest $100 in Bitcoin. Price keeps going up a little bit, invest $100. Oh, the price dropped by $4,000 or $5,000, invest some more over a period of time. With this, what I am concerned about, if we find out tomorrow Panama is now okayed Bitcoin, we find out after that Brazil with 100 million people is good to go with Bitcoin, the price is not going to be 36,000. There isn't any amount of shorts that is going to bring that price down. We have Michael Saylor out there who is going to buy at least $500 million of Bitcoin here in the next week or two. Okay. That's what's going on. The retail investors are coming back in. And now remember guys, these hedge funds are fighting against countries now. They're fighting against countries. And the CIA, I'm sure, is involved in this stuff too, because they're trying to get their hands on stuff. They're not dumb. Granted, El Salvador, not a very big country, not a whole lot of money there. But 20 million or so people, a lot of people. It's as many as Canada. And this is day one, guys. This is day one of them legalizing Bitcoin. And the fat cats and the hedge funds can't do anything about that Bitcoin price going up, no matter how many shorts they try and put through. This is like a triple record for the amount of shorts gambling on on the price to try and manipulate the price. And it's not happening, and it's not working. What do you think is going to happen? Panama's in there. Brazil's in there. And let's see. Mexico. Lawmakers aim to follow the example of neighboring countries. Mexico, guys. Mexico. You know our NAFTA partner? You know when that happens, that U.S., you can't have capital gains anymore on crypto, or not crypto, well, Bitcoin specifically, because it's going to be a currency. And these guys, Mexico's in NAFTA. We read down here in the article, everyone changes their profile picture to laser eyes. Right? By the way, for Bitcoin, when you see that, it means that they're bullish on Bitcoin, and that's the wave of the future, and that's where people are going. So yeah, it looks like that. Talking about the people are their support for crypto. In here it says that the only thing they're pondering the legislation, and the only thing that's acceptable is the legalization of Bitcoin to be used as a currency in the country, is what they are talking about. I don't know how long, this is from June 8th. I don't know how long it takes them to pass stuff, but El Salvador passed that stuff in like 2-3 days. If Mexico legalizes Bitcoin, Bitcoin is going to be at like $200,000. Allegedly, or I think, or my opinion. I don't know. Granted, you cannot predict the future. But, you know, things happen. And of course, this is all opinion. But I've showed you the charts. And we've talked about it being manipulated, and how you have to look at the manipulation that's going on right here. I got in, let's see, that's February. So I got in right around, somewhere around in here, around 40,000. You know, this entire peak here has all been manipulation. Trying to shake the tree, and then they dump. Because if they just would have bought in back here, the price would have skyrocketed. So this is where it's going, and this is how hard they're trying to drop that price today, and the price went up by 10%, regardless of all of their shorts and regardless of all of their stuff. Panama, Brazil, Mexico. You still think Bitcoin's a scam? Now, I will, when I do the live stream, go over exactly, you know, why cryptocurrency is valuable and why it is sound money. It is actually real. It's a real currency. I wouldn't call it money. It's currency. It's a real currency, though, because it can't be counterfeited. You know, as the old Federal Reserve notes, they just print those things up whenever they want. They don't even have to print them. Type a few ones and zeros in. There you go. Can't do that with Bitcoin. So I'll go through like how effectively it works, what mining is, what does it mean to add a block to the chain, why does it take 10 minutes for my transaction to go through, you know? What are the things that people say are pitfalls of Bitcoin? Like, oh, it's too slow. It can only handle like 3 transactions a second. It uses too much power, you know, all of these things. I can talk about all of these things and some varieties of different, varieties of different cryptocurrencies. And I'm going to use Coinbase as the example. It's for just buying crypto and holding on to it. It doesn't really matter. It's really easy to use. And if you're in America, you're going to have to do the know your customer stuff and put your ID in there and all that anyway. There's no real huge difference. And go through, you know, what is Bitcoin as opposed to Ethereum, as opposed to Tether, as opposed to Cardano, as Dogecoin and XRP, and maybe go through like the ones that are the top 50 here, I think are listed. The top 50 here, and tell you what they're all about. Now, Bitcoin is a currency. And it's a store of value currency. That is what Bitcoin does. That is the only thing that Bitcoin does. But it does do something. And as I mentioned with talking with Jack, you know, a lot of these coins, none of these coins do anything. Okay, they're all they're all really kind of speculative in that people aren't using them. People are using Monero and some of these other currencies where they are transacting in them and they are operating as a currency, but a lot of these are like applications on your phone. Quite literally. Ethereum is basically a platform like a Google where you would have apps that would plug into it. You could have, well, I don't know about Litecoin. You can have some of these other like Polygon and VeChain and some of these other things plug into Ethereum, like an app, smart contracts, NFTs, and all of these buzzwords and all these things. So what a lot of these things are here to do, it's not just currency. It's called cryptocurrency, but not all of them are currencies. Not all of them are currencies. Most of them aren't. It's really is just a more secure way to do computer networking, application-based computer networking, more secure way of doing it, and that's what it is. And so we'll get into that a little bit more on the live stream. Again, put the questions into the little question box thing, and we're living in an age of this is the dawn of a new thing, right? And this is actually the opportunity where people can actually have sovereignty in their finances with no one looking over your shoulder, no one changing how much your money is worth from day to day, printing up trillions of dollars. Inflation, guys, is taxation without any representation. They print more money. The more money they print, the more money you lose. Your money is burned. So you add, your 15% inflation on top of the prices going up. The prices go up, less purchasing power. It's in a bad way right now. But now you have a cryptocurrency that you don't put in a bank. It's stored on the internet that you can access from anywhere. Nobody else can touch it. Nobody can hack it. Nobody can steal your stuff. Nobody can cheat you out of anything. No one can fake give you some Bitcoin and pretend counterfeit you some Bitcoin. Can't happen. The government can't get it. You can trade with anybody who accepts Bitcoin anywhere in the world, however you feel like doing it. And you don't have to go through the CIA SWIFT system, the Rothschild Federal Reserve system. You don't have to go through MoneyGram. You don't have to go through any government agency whatsoever. So that's what I have on that. And yeah, until the next video.